dream. One swimming up, one swimming downstream. The Pisces life, the Pisces life. Two fish living in a dream. One swimming up, one swimming downstream. The Pisces life, 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 the Pisces life.
You're now tuning in to the 163rd episode of the Pisces Life podcast. We bring it straight to you like aunties can do, from hot topics, news, and views, with who's who. It's a work in progress. I figured I'd give that to you tonight as a little taste and let you be inspired since you did our first theme song and get us, I
like it. It feels like what we need out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if they understand that we have transcended into this space called auntieship, we are embracing, we're killing the game in it, and we're podcasting about it.
Yes.
I like it.
Yeah, it hit me earlier when I don't know what I was doing. And I just all of a sudden, I just felt inspired. And I said, well, let me get these 2-3 little lines down right here, because that's all my sis told me. I done did what I could do. That's my contribution.
Send those lyrics right on over and we'll get to working on the next iterations. It's about time for a new intro song. A lot of people like the old one though. It was so funny when we came back together. Mm-hmm. People was like, we love that song. That's my bop.
I know it. I'm like, doggone. If podcast theme songs had a chart, we'd be on the top, I do believe.
We still be charting, sis.
Listen, still be charting. Okay.
I like it. Well, go ahead and open the show then, sis.
Listen, welcome to the 163rd episode of the Pisces Life podcast. I am just Letitia, sometimes songwriter, as you saw the lyrics, they just come to me. And on the other microphone is my sis.
It is I, Kai Love. I do a couple things. Y'all know. Y'all know.
I tell you, some days I don't think they really know though, sis.
That might be true.
Some days, podcast family out there, we don't know if y'all really know how it be going down in Chicago and over here in the Detroit-ish area.
For sure.
Somebody said, where are you exactly? Right here?
Right over here. In front of this microphone.
Michigan now, today.
Over here.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my goodness. This has been an amazing and sad and enlightening and informative and frustrating. It's been all of the adjectives. Mm-hmm. So much in the news, sis.
So much in the news. First and foremost, we want to send our condolences to DMX's family.
Yes.
50 years old, sis, and he is gone. Have mercy.
Right.
Have mercy.
Do you have a DMX story?
You know what? I was thinking back through my life where I've had celebrity encounters, etc., and he was not on my list. Mm-hmm. But I've known several others who have been in touch with his greatness. And in any of those spaces, friends who are musicians, others who have been around the acting scene, those types of things, and all of them say, regardless of what was happening, when you had his attention, you had his attention. Mm-hmm. And his intentions were always good by you.
Yeah, I've heard that and read that as folks accounted and paid tribute to his life over this weekend. So many kind words and so many of the same words, which shows to me that he was consistently him, that there was such light in his life, even though there were many dark days. And I am hopeful that he's resting, because it seemed like he struggled
Yes.
with many things in his life that probably many we don't even know about publicly. There was just such pain there a lot of the times when he wasn't rapping, and kissing on his babies. There seemed to be such pain that was there. And that makes just me sad for him as a person.
Yeah.
My DMX story, I haven't met him. I never met him. But one of the highlights of going to church, my minister at the time, Pastor Lewis, he was probably in his late 30s when I was in my teens. So, and he had children that were the same age as me. And this was one of the sermons when you gonna make me lose my mind up in here. And that was the title of a sermon, which was such a good sermon because the basis of the sermon was about why he said he gonna lose his mind is because he felt that people wasn't giving God their just due, right? And wasn't giving him the regard that he deserved. And so y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here was around that mess. And it was such a good message, especially because people knew that song and he was like, oh, y'all think I don't know what y'all be doing up outside of here, good smack talking preacher. Right. So that was always a fun moment. And then I remember I had moved to Arizona at one point in my life, chasing, as the old folks would say, chasing up behind some man. And so trying to be his partner when he clearly wasn't ready to have one. And when I lived in Arizona, and it was a terrible breakup, not in the sense that, there was violence or anything like that, but certainly I was just heartbroken that I had moved away from my family and had gone to a new place and basically was being dogged out in that new place. And so I just remembered I had a Q, who, was part of the circle of Black people that I was hanging out with when I moved out there. And I just remember one night, I just couldn't take it. I just started bawling. I think we were bowling or something, like me and a couple of deltas, and we just hanging out on like a Friday night. He took me out of there. He was like, "What is wrong?" And I was like, "I'm being cheated on. I moved away from my family and everything." And he was just like, "Okay, we gonna sit in this car. We gonna talk about it. We gonna calm down, and we gonna try to figure out what your next step should be." And right when I was sitting there, the radio was playing. And DMX came on. Was it Whose Name Is This? Or what's the name of the song? DM, if you want it, you got it. Gonna come and get it, baby.
What's my name?
Yes, what's my name? Thank you. So I'm sitting there, and we in the car, and I'm, trying to get myself together. He came on. He was like, "What's your name?" And I was like, "Kai Love." He was like, "What's your name?" I was like, "Kai Love." He was like, you don't let no man steal your joy, sis. You got light, sis.
Come on.
He was speaking into me while the DMX song was playing. It hyped me up. And when you're trying to get the courage to leave a relationship, especially somebody you living with and all of that stuff, you need you some doses of courage. So I was, as I was packing my stuff up, I just kept playing, DMX, what's my name? It was
it's a good hype song for sure.
Empowering. So yeah, good memories are around the good brother. But I'm hoping that he's resting well, and I hope some peace comes to his family, because my goodness,
it's been a tough road. I will say that the internet has definitely been lit with tributes, but perhaps the most poignant for me has been the portrait of him as a man searching for his own peace in the throes of his imperfections and his addictions.
Yeah,
he poured it into his music, but he gave his love, his passion, and even his prayers to those who received him. So he will certainly be sorely missed.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
So sis, other news that is happening, I mean, we really hate to be a broken record about this, but if you've watched CNN at all in the last, 72 hours to a week. We've been the headline. Michigan is currently in a voluntary quarantine situation. These people here have messed with our governor so much and messed with her powers, her ability to really govern this thing in a way that keeps the majority of folks safe. So she's only asking for folks to not eat out or go to social gatherings, but she's not mandating it. Sis, every restaurant you go by is on bump, drive-through, and the sit-downs and the outside place. I mean, and folks are enjoying themselves. They are having good times. I went by the Applebee's on the main drag. That's not my spot at all. No shade, no shame to them. Just ain't my thing. And sis, when I tell you the people was out in the parking lot, instead of taking their to-go food to go, they said, well, we gonna go to stay in the parking lot. And so it was like a tailgating situation in the parking lot. And sis. So what's happening in Chicago? Because you guys are not that far behind us. I know that we've got the big release that happened recently for the doses of the vaccine. That's catching up because there wasn't some in Illinois, but how are you guys doing there?
So let me just say, sis, I feel so sorry for you and the folks that are in the Michigan area, because there just seems to be a space that exists with people who just want to be outliers. Like, why would you intentionally want to be outliers? Now over here in Illinois, we just got people that want to be ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Not quite outliers, more like the ignorance, because there are people who have in their heads substantiated the fact that maybe their neighbor got a vaccine, which then means that they should be free to roam about too. No, vaccines are not airborne. But you know what's airborne? COVID-19.
That COVID.
So it doesn't matter that your neighbors are all vaccinated if you are not vaccinated. It doesn't matter that your neighbors are all vaccinated, because we know that you can still carry the virus even if you are vaccinated. The vaccination is not to prevent you from getting the virus. It can only block only so much. It's to assist you with fighting the virus so it don't take you up out of here.
Okay. That's the real part, that last part. So it does not kill you.
Correct. And so I think that we had a few beautiful days here, and Lord knows we needed those beautiful 71, 75, 81 degree days. We've been inside. We've had a lot of snow this season.
Yes.
We continue to talk about how we know what it feels like, because both you and I, Letitia, have been really vigilant in our quarantine, going only the places that we have to, ordering everything in. We've been inside. And so we understand that need to want to move around, but we also collectively have made decisions to be part of the solution. And not to live as much in fear as we have been this past year. So in Illinois, what's been happening is, and this is a trip, get this statistic, in the places that are the most vaccinated. So we're talking about the north side of Chicago, the North Shore, the more well-to-do areas where there are high concentrations of vaccinated people. Guess what? They also have the highest incidence of new COVID infections.
Oh my gosh.
Because guess what they're doing? They're like, oh, I got my vaccine. That makes me invincible. And there's a brother who was interviewed, I believe by the Times or maybe the Tribune here, who lives in South Shore, but works, which is a South community, a South side of Chicago community, but works in the northern portion of the city, where there's the higher concentration of vaccinations. And he says, where I live at, everybody's still social distancing.
Right.
People got all 2-3 masks on, people spraying you down with Lysol, if you in their vicinity a little too close. He said where he works at, he can't even tell that is still a pandemic. That there are
Wow.
so many people
Out.
walking around out,
Yes.
eating without masks with their dogs and doing all type of social activities. And he's like, is COVID not here in this part of town?
We've been asking Atlanta since 2020 of March.
And so
Poor Atlanta. Whew.
poor Atlanta. So I'm saying to you, sis, to your
Yes.
question,
Mhm.
Chicago, we probably ain't far behind you, child.
I don't think so, because I was watching something on the news where they put up a map.
The heat map is what they call it. The heat map.
Listen, that map is telling some things. We are at the highest level of recommendations for a possible additional shutdown.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I've had to really cut back, you know, on my little ripping and running, which ain't much. You know, I'm in Kroger's at 6 a.m. That's what time they open. That's what time the store is freshest. Ain't nobody been in there. You know what I mean? We encourage you to just wear your masks. We encourage you, okay, to do your homework and to figure out if the vaccine works for you and your family. We are lining up some conversation with some experts in that area as well. We're preparing to share our story about being vaccinated with you. Each of us are coming up on our second shot very soon. Mine is next week. Yours is as well, correct?
It's
the week after.
Week
because you're a
after.
week behind me.
Yeah.
And then after that, sis, we going to have to get ready to go somewhere. I mean,
Easy.
Somewhere. I am getting stir crazy up in here.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see some men. I need to see some men. I need to see other people that I don't possibly know, but they might be okay to say, hey. I just need a different social setup. And I think that that's also, that need for me is still being kept in check. I'm not ready to get out here now.
Yeah.
But I also think that that's what's really driving people to go. They said over Easter weekend, over 1 million people tried to fly somewhere. They said today, at the time of this recording, that Florida has canceled the majority of their flights today because of weather. It's hurricane season. Since every time I get ready to say, I want to go to, every place I want to go is a hot spot. Florida is toe up. Texas, toe up. California, still hot spot. New York, doing okay, but still a hot spot. Atlanta, hot spot. All the places I want to get to are hot spots for COVID.
I think what I would suggest for people who just need a change of scenery, because we can't discount the fact that staying in the house, there's only so many walks that you can go on. You know what I'm saying? Only so many circles that you can make around your own block, right? So being in a different environment and seeing some different things, I think it's just healthy for the mental. I just would suggest, if you're going to be traveling any place, that you just do your due diligence around protecting yourself, certainly if you're flying versus driving or whatever, but then also kind of not going the traditional route of vacationing. So staying away from large resorts, staying away from all-inclusives,
right.
Places and spaces where you have to be with other people to consume food or drink or whatever the case may be, so that you can kind of limit your airspace. Go someplace where you can be outside and not inside, like if they're doing dining, make it someplace beautiful and outside, and doesn't allow dogs to be in there with you, because I don't know what it is with the people who believe that they gotta have a dog with them when they're consuming food. Like,
I don't get it. I don't like it.
I don't like it, and I don't understand it at all. Like, your dog kissing you in the mouth is okay. It is not comfortable for me to be sitting here enjoying my food and your dog looking at me waiting for the next morsel, or the slobby dogs or what. That's not enjoyable. And y'all know Kai love her some doggies. She love her little dog, but not when I'm dining. Black people, we don't do that. And I'm not saying all Black people, because we're not a monolith. We talked about that on our last episode. We are not a monolith. There are some Black people that is letting the dog kiss them in the mouth and eat off their tray. I'm just saying all the Black people I know rejects that notion. I would just say controlled environment that lacks the resort appeal.
Yeah, you know.
Buy your own liquor, Uber eat your own food, and pray for the best.
That's all you really can do. I know several people, one person, they got stuck at their resort. You know, I called them to check in and see how things were going. And you just determined to say, I told you so on this. And I was like, I'm calling to see how things are going. I mean, you know, it ain't, hi, how you doing? You know, that's literally what this is. And so we're talking and it's like, okay, day one, shark sighting at the beach. So everybody got to come in up off the shores and into the, you know, come to land. Second day, they are stopped by I don't know who patrols the beach area when it's too overcrowded, but they were not permitted. They had an overcrowding situation. And it's like, listen, if you really are not guests within this vicinity of this resort, just a whole big thing, couldn't get on the beach. Day two. Day three, they are awakened by an alarm. And it is the manager of the resort saying all guests are quarantining in their rooms until further notice. All meals will be delivered to your room. So here you go for a vacation for spring break with the 5-family situation, 5 people in the family, and for 7 days. And day 3, your whole trip is shut down because COVID is found at the resort. So you go there to get this break and this respite from being trapped in, quote unquote, their words. And, you know, hoping that everybody could get a space to spread out and do different activities, etc. And you're at the resort that gets locked down. I mean, not happy at all. They haven't even gotten back yet either because the flights were canceled due to weather. So that's an extra, I think they're not able to get back out until like Wednesday or something like that. So that's like an extra. So now it's 9 days of you not doing anything. And that's the other thing that's stopping me from quote unquote traveling. Now, don't get me wrong. It ain't like I'm just bucking to get out here. I'm going to be safe regardless.
Oh, yeah.
But going somewhere and then all the things that I enjoy or the things that I want to explore are not available to me to explore.
Yes.
Or experience in its fullness. And so for me, I'd rather either stay home or go to somewhere that I already know where I kind of feel boom, boom, settled, you know, but definitely not anywhere new, somewhere that I've been really desiring to go.
Yes. I think that's the way to go, is a change of scenery, but a safe change of scenery. Like this is not the time to be trying to go all out. That trip to Greece, sis, I don't know, sis. I'm too, and it's not even paranoid. I am very much aware that they can shut you down and shut you in. Because that happened at the beginning of the pandemic when there were people that were traveling and people who were in other places and got stuck. And even some of the poor colleges and universities, none of their admin put in no emergency plan. They was like, we go. And then the kids was like, wait a minute. What we supposed to do? What you mean we can't go down to the dining hall? They like, we suggest you call your mom and them. Figure out what's going on. So I don't want to be any place and stuck.
No.
Because I was stuck in Hong Kong, and that was a crazy experience, and how I felt, how nervous I was about how I was going to get back from Hong Kong was craziness. Because, you know, as a traveler, like, again, I don't have Oprah money. I'm not, you know, I'm not piloting, you know, a private jet to go nowhere. I can't even spell private jet. It's just in my bank account. So not being able to kind of move like you need to move because you don't have the ends to do so, that's a scary thing. And most people save up for vacation and really only have enough to vacation.
For the vacation.
So then if you get stuck, it's like, There ain't no credit limit increase because you stuck in
Listen,
in Fiji.
it's a sad situation, and unfortunately, so many people were stuck like that. And I mean, I can remember at the beginning of the pandemic when the people got stuck out at sea on the cruise ships.
Yes.
And they started tearing the cruise ship up in the middle of the ocean. Okay. It's like, you gonna figure this out. We need food. We need rations.
We need our things.
We need our stuff. Okay.
We need our things. Now, we're not talking about the few of y'all who might still be stuck at All-Star Weekend because y'all didn't budget accordingly. We know a couple of y'all ran a couple of GoFundMes.
Sis, no shame with the GoFundMe.
To get yourself back home. But these is not the days, sisters and brothers. Sisterins and brotherins. This is not the day. These are not the days or the times for you to be traveling with only half of your situation situated. And then there was a time a young Kai may have traveled, been like, okay, I'm going on Thursday, but that deposit will be there on Friday. So I can go ahead and get on this plane and be good with my $20 because I know more money is coming. We not there, y'all.
No, we not there no more.
The banks ain't even got good functioning hours. I went to my bank the other day. They was like, ma'am, do you have an appointment? I was like, I gotta have an appointment, talk about my money. She said, yes, you do. We got our next available appointment was 3 days later. I said, I can't talk about my money until
3 days later.
She said, not with a real person, you can. I said, oh, okay. Well, y'all need to change this sign from open to say open maybe.
Right. Open if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Clearly, I was not in the know, sis.
You weren't, sis. They kept that info from you.
Yes, they did.
Oh my goodness, girl, some other stuff that's happening. I thought this was interesting, sis.
Okay.
And I wanted to share it with our audience and you as well. But Hallmark really does make a card for everything.
They do.
Sis, they have a card to help cope and deal or heal racial atrocities and to build resilience. The line of cards is called Uplifted and Empowered. It is in the mahogany section of the Hallmark brand, which is for us, by us.
Yes.
It's a collection of 11 cards written by and for Black people in need of support, hoping to offer words that express the solidarity and resilience our communities need. The line was started by master writer and Black woman Melvina Young, who works and has worked for a number of years at Hallmark. So the cards feature messages like, even the woke gotta rest up. Or we're each other's people.
I love it.
I thought this was brilliant.
I love it. I love this space we are in. Like, I've never felt more free as a professional to say Black things in non-Black spaces, right?
Yes.
I feel empowered to call out and not be the only voice. Like, got some allies that's actually feeling empowered to say, yes, she is right, or whatever the case may be. I love the space of us taking care of us, right?
Yes.
Not just, for us, by us, but us taking care of us, because who better to know the struggle, right? Who better to know how sick and tired? Both Letitia and I were on a phone call this morning with two other sisters and 3 other sisters, and we all were like, yes.
And amen.
and amens and hallelujahs and all of that, because we've all been in our own respective journeys of life, but have ended up in the same place.
Yes.
Feeling tired, undercompensated, underappreciated, and potentially having someone try to steal our brilliance and pass it on for their own. And so I love this. But does this continue? See, I see this because it's economically driven. The mahogany series of cards certainly have done well. I buy them all the time because they do reflect kind of things that I would say or phrasings that I would use myself. I think the true testament is if other card makers start making those types of cards. Are there
other card makers?
Outside of Hallmark, there are a couple.
The 99-cent one I know, but I think Hallmark owned them on the back end anyway.
Right. But if you notice, after the release of the Mahogany series, there wasn't nobody else of the popular brand of cards there was no other series that was available. We still only go to the Mahogany section to represent like that black space. Now there are card makers that are not, mainstream. They may not be in your drugstore. You can, get some offline. I know that like Izzy and Liv, I purchased from them previously, and they have cards, and so there's other places and spaces that you can get it in. But I'm assuming that Hallmark is owned by white people. Hell, the Walmart
You've been
people.
by the channel, it is.
If these types of cards are not available everywhere, and after this moment passes, so COVID's over, we in our new normal, do the cards disappear? Do we just go back to everything being, you know what I mean? Like what does this mean? Is this forward movement, or is this just a temporary sign of the times?
That's a very interesting perspective. I mean, the thought behind it was to really, make sure that we felt represented and to share these messages. But will it always even be relevant and timely? I don't know. I don't know. And like you said, will there be others? I do know of one other card maker, Blue Mountain.
Oh yeah.
But Blue Mountain, they get deep with it. They probably write something like, dear sis, I'm sorry you had an interaction with Karen.
Yes.
I am white and I am your white friend sending this to you.
Yes.
And I'm sending you love.
Yes.
I am sending you solidarity and allyship.
Thank you. Oh, see that
copyright.
Tish, go ahead and let's get this going. Let's move this into your business space.
Okay. Get doing some greeting cards. I would love to get a greeting card. I say, not all greeting cards have to be nice too. Sometimes you need a greeting card that says, I'm sending this card to duly inform you that we are on a timeout from our friendship. The ebbs and flows of life have led me in a different direction at this moment, at the time of this card. I tell you, sometimes you need some real Hallmark cards. Get over yourself. Sincerely, Love.
Oh my goodness. Where are those cards?
Girl,
because
maybe I should come up with those.
Where are the ungreeting cards? Be like, dear sir, you was doing the most and you know it.
And we seen you do it.
Have several seats.
Mm-hmm.
Love me. Ooh, I love it.
Imagine opening that up. Girl, I'm glad you got another birthday. And just that. Warm regards. My greeting card. You knew who he was when you married him.
Yes.
Oh, I could have sent that one out all week last week. My Jesus, my Father in heaven, Lord, why are so many trapped in bad marriages, Father God? Have mercy, Lord. What is this evil unleashed in the unionships, Father? I would wish you well on your next wedding, but I'm going to wait and see. You know, I just love me. Sincerely.
Hey, friend. So you just gonna be late to every event? I was thinking about you though.
Love me. Sincerely. Hey, friend, you done invited me to the third baby shower for kid number 3? Girl, it's a boy again.
Easy.
Sincerely, bye-bye.
Bye.
Girl.
Dear cousin. You cannot pay me in chicken the next time you move. Congratulations on your new place. Love me.
Sincerely, warm regards. Dear sis, you done got that new job. Office Karen is off your ass, ain't she?
Hallelujah.
Girl, hallelujah. Here's to all the technology updates you can get, girl.
Yes, child.
Here's to not tearing up the office computer at home.
Yes, Lord.
Congratulations on your new job.
Yes.
Sincerely. Warm regards. Love me.
Love me. Oh, sis. Sis, you gotta do it. Sis, you gotta do it.
We just gotta do it.
We just have to do it. That's gonna be the name of this episode.
Wait, girl, wait. Sincerely, we so glad you done graduated. Finally.
Dot.
Right. The village. All us.
All of us.
Sincerely warm regards.
Sincerely
love us.
Love us. Yes. Yes.
I'm teasing them.
Yes, I love it.
Oh,
I needed that laugh.
I did too. Boy, we could be some greeting card writers. You got a message you want to send? No, we are broken up. This duly informed. You've been served. This card serves you.
Right.
Sincerely. Warm regards. But we do it now.
Right. Unloved. Me.
Unloved. Me. Unlove me now. Unlove me now.
Hey, ain't no more love here, bro.
I got to send that one out. Couple.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Lord, have mercy. Resurrect this.
That's the COVID. Folks that got fully vaccinated, and they now believe that card is entryway to contact you.
No.
Be like, hey girl, what you doing? The same thing I was doing since February 2020.
Hello. Quarantining, sincerely.
Quarantine.
Warm regards.
Warm regards.
Safely and COVID-free. Love me.
Like, what you mean? What do you mean?
Oh my goodness. And people who ain't never wanted to go nowhere, since they just going.
All of a sudden.
Somebody that ain't flew. I say, have you ever flown anywhere? Like ever? Let me see. I've known you since the 5th grade,
and ain't went nowhere.
Ain't went. Baby done flew. Let's go to the furthest part. You talking about Fiji? They went around somewhere around islandish. I don't. Instagram done told all their business. Instagram.
Folks, y'all gotta learn not to be reporting all your business.
I don't say nothing till I get back. Then I post everything that I want you to know. And sometimes it's not much, but you know, I do look forward to being able to be out and about and, you know, send somebody. What if these cards were like singing telegrams? They should elevate the game.
Oh,
virtual cards. Open up the card. Hey, girl. You got that job. You got that job. You got that new job. Go ahead, girl. Success looks good on you. I would love to get something like that electronic. Wouldn't that be cute?
That would be super cute. Now, they used to make those cards where you could record your voice and then send them. I haven't seen those in quite a long time. Yeah. But, you know, I love it. Like, I think that there's a space for it. I am a lover of cards. I like cards.
Love cards
I like cards and flowers in that regard. So I like it. I think there's a space. Can anyone go up and it's so interesting that you said that. It's like, do anybody else make cards outside of Hallmark? Could anybody ever challenge the Hallmark empire?
I mean, based on this brainstorming session here, I think we've got a part.
I think it might
that
be
we could get it. You know, what if we did greeting cards for Alana? Assalamu alaikum, my brother.
Yes.
You know I didn't come last Christmas because y'all had poke. Okay. But I'm going to see you in the new year. Assalamu alaikum, salam. Sincerely warm regards. Love me.
Love me.
Oh God, the next time I send you a card in the mail, hey, sincerely, warm regards, love me.
Love me.
That's all I'm gonna put on the paper. I ain't gonna put no return address or nothing.
Oh my
Just
goodness.
make sure your husband don't know, but I don't want to be like, sincerely, warm regards, love me. Who is this sending this anonymous mail?
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Oh.
That's the ungreeting card. I love it.
The ungreeting card.
Yes. Oh, that's great. Whew.
That's the niche.
That's the niche.
That is the niche. That's the rival right there. Sometimes you don't want to send a nice card.
Right. Like the truth. Sometimes
right?
the truth is necessary.
I wish you hadn't sent that pound cake over here. I really do.
Yeah. Be like, sis,
you know better.
You can stop making the fruit cake. You can stop. Like,
yes.
We all know you ain't using grandma recipe. It's okay. Girl, I saw on the Instagram, because that's what I do before I fall asleep. Is, watch a couple reels and giggle to myself before I drift off to La La Land. I saw a lady, they have this thing, they'll never know. It's this track that they play. They'll never know. They'll never know. And it's all people doing things that they think people will never know. This girl took a whole 2 store-bought cakes, refrosted it, and put some decorations on it. And it looked like a cake that you would buy, like special delivery. She was like, they'll never know. They'll never know. And then when she turned the cake around, I was like,
wow.
I'm like, I done seen them do that with the cake. I've seen them paint on top of like Formica counters and make it look like marble.
Oh, I'm getting that one. I'm getting that trick down.
I've seen them do so many. They'll never know. A lot of like wig situations. They'll never know. They'll never know. Like just super hacks, like hacks that people are doing in their regular life. People
are so creative out here. They really are.
I am.
Before we get out of here, I wanted to end on this note.
Okay.
This I found interesting because even in the midst of everything going on, there's always time for the weird and the bizarre.
Lord.
The weird and the bizarre. But sis, not even in a pandemic will the scammers rest. Sis, they won't rest. They won't. Guard your vaccination cards, people. Guard your vaccination cards. Peeps are out here stealing them. They are out here making fake ones. They are out here. I mean, it's too much. The scammers are out here. They're trying to get people to spend their stimulus check. They're trying to get folks to, give up their information, whatever it is. It's not a good time out here to be lax for COVID and lax for keeping your eye out for the scammers.
Why can't we just live in a scam-free society? If one more person send me an X-rated invite to a group on a spam, this is on Facebook. I keep blocking them. They keep tagging me in these posts. And I said, Facebook, what the F are y'all doing?
Right.
Because if I keep saying that these people are harassing me, I don't want to be invited to no XXX nothing. Right. Like, so why are they still allowed to tag me? And it's the same spam. They set up a page and whatever, and it's just annoying.
It is annoying. And there's no way to really stop it once you get into it. Like you said, what do you have to do?
And I don't know about you, sis, but I've been feeling, especially as of late, and I don't know if this is just age or what, but I don't even want to be on the social medias. It's like such a necessary thing we have to do because of the space that we're in, right. Because of the stories that we're sharing, the work that we do, we have to be on. But it's like, if there's a way that we didn't have to be on, sometimes I just feel like, and I normally do my 30-day break from social media in May. I'm not going to be able to do it this year because we're working in the middle of a project. So
correct.
I have to be out there. And I'll postpone it to later on this calendar year. But my goodness, I've been feeling just very vulnerable. All these data breaches and talking about your personal information here, your personal information there. And I'm just like, maybe we need to find us a expert about online security and how one can scour the internet and make sure that their personal information is not floating out there in the black market somewhere.
Well, listen, I don't even know what the black market is or whatever. I just understand it's very dangerous and bad. But you mentioned breaches. Everybody been talking about this doggone it all Clubhouse. Clubhouse has had one of the major breaches, bigger than TikTok did, where they were publicly scraping people's information. And Clubhouse was like, this is false information. This is nothing more than, your email, your user name, and maybe your picture of yourself or whatever. And then somebody else chimed in and was like, no, actually, that's not it.
But if they can scrape your email and your picture and all the rest of that, can't they create an ID? Can't they do many things? It's like, oh my God, I just can't even tell. Every time I think about it, it annoys me and I get like frustrated and I'd be like, I don't want to be on nobody on media, never. But I enjoy social media. It brings joy.
It does. There's some funny things on here. There's some good information, things that I otherwise would not know, without the advent of social media. Girl, sometimes you do. I don't know when to stay out of the shade room, though.
Oh, I don't go in there. I don't go in there, sis. It's scary. It's scary. I've heard everybody I heard that say they went in and they required they required a 12-step program to get back out.
Listen, the place be so full of tea and sewage. Did that describe it, sister? That kind of hit on.
That was perfect. That was perfect. You go in for the tea, but you get sucked down by the sewage.
Ooh, that's it. That's it. I got sucked down by the sewage. That is Chet Hanks, Tom and Rita's boy out here. He done made him a remix on White Boy Summer. Said it's a white boy summer. He's slapping somebody's tail in it. I normally don't even comment in there, but I had to comment this time. I said this is what I get for bringing my anti-aged self in here. That's what I get.
And then gotten exposed to the foolery.
Sis, I just don't. When I tell you this boy has a whole rap song, do you hear me? About a white boy summer. And the thing about it is that the beat slaps.
Oh.
That's what makes me mad.
Well, it'll be a TikTok dance in a minute. Well, sis.
Yes.
Per usual.
Is it time?
I believe that we've handled it all.
Well, listen.
It was good chit-chatting with you, sis. It seems like our last couple of episodes, we've had some wonderful guests.
Yes.
So it's good to just be able to get with my sis and, kick it, kiki, chat, and such. We hope that y'all have been enjoying our content as of recent. We really have been going out of our way to bring you good guests and good information. And have y'all checked out our Survivance project yet? What are y'all doing? Hey, y'all went over to the website, survivance.io, survivance.io. Y'all need to check that out. There's some great stories if you are in the Chicagoland area to start. But we are going to be placing some new pages up there coming soon for some other stories from some of our places. So check it out. Let us know if you like it, if you got friends or family that live in the Chicagoland area and who fit the Alana criteria. And Alana is, sis?
Alana is African, African-American, Latinx, Asian, Arab American, Native American. Any of those, Alana.
Any of those, Alana. Submit your story. We have lots of categories to choose from, lots of ways to engage with us. We really are interested in sharing your story. These are real stories by real people. We have stories of real people who have submitted information and sharing their stories, and we really want to make this a movement. So check us out, survivance.io. The digital storytelling
time capsule.
Thank you, sis. My lips is tired of talking. They like, girl.
Right. We done said it all.
Said enough today. You said it all. Sis, well, we've done it again. Yet another edition of the Pisces Life. We love y'all. Thank you for supporting us and continuing to listen. Sis,
Yes.
if the people are out there and they want to connect with you so that you can write their next greeting card, where can they find you?
They can find me at IamJustLetitia, ready for writing all assignments. And if they're looking for you, sis, where can they find you?
They can find me laughing and trying to protect my personal information off these interwebs is what they could do at Kai Loves You, KAILOVESU on Twitter. Just add a 2 to that on Instagram. Kai Loves You too. We are out of here, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Two fish living in a dream. One swimming up, one swimming downstream. The Pisces life. 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 The Pisces